Hey guys, Tommy Bryson here and welcome to my show. And today we're going to be talking about mansions that people don't want to buy because although they are cheap, one was going for like $10 in New Jersey, no one would buy it because most of these houses right here are actually haunted. So I'm going to react to this video right here, but before you guys say, tell me, in the comments down below, tell me, I would live in whatever mansion there is as long as it's free. Well, what if like something crazy happened in that mansion? Will you still do it? I don't think so. Maybe I would rent it out, but I'm not sure about living there. So before I get started, guys, as you guys know, new channel, make sure to like this video. And on top of that, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, which again, on this channel is every single day. So now, without further ado, let's get started and watch this video about 10 mansions that cost less than $10,000, like a lot less, but no one wants to buy it, okay? Which is weird, but let's get started. Now let me put on my headphones. Officially, we started, okay? Let's go.
You would think everyone wants to live in a mansion. It's the dream, right? Well, no matter how cheap they get, there are some mansions nobody'll take.
I doubt that. I feel like there's always someone out there that is willing to live somewhere if it's like really, really cheap. Now for me, I just don't like the idea of having like a mansion like in like the middle of the woods. Like that's not my style, Like first of all, I can't get a sandwich late at night. I can't get groceries. And on top of that, if something's happening to me, like who is supposed to come to my saving? I'm not saying like I'm scared or anything, but if I were scared, it'll be the perfect place to be scared because no one can hear you or comfort you in one of those like in the woods mansion. Not my style. I just wouldn't do it, to be honest with you.
Number 10, the $10 mansion. Okay, brace yourself. This is a weird one. This historic New Jersey home costs a measly $10.
No way. So imagine buying this mansion for $10. That's like less than like what do I have around my house? Like that's less than this hand sanitizer right here. Like they're going for like 20 bucks now. How much did I pay for it? Obviously, I got it for free because I don't pay for anything. However, they're going for a lot of money. So imagine paying $10 to live in a mansion. Like, would I do it? The answer is yes. I don't care about the story. I'm going to live in that mansion, like 100%.
This gorgeous and huge mansion will set you back less than the average cinema ticket. Coming in at 4,000 square feet in size with 6 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms, it's not short of the bargain of the century. But there's quite the catch. You see, not only do you have to move into it, you have to move it. That's right, if you buy this house, you have to move it. This one's gonna take some explaining, isn't it? Here we go. The home was designed by famed architect Dudley S. Van Antwerp, and any of his work at any price would be a steal for anyone looking to invest in property. But with this particular house, there's an intriguing issue. The town's planning board approved a subdivision for the land the home is on. In layman's terms, as a condition of owning the home, you must literally pick up the house and move it to a new location. Yeah, according to town officials, responsibility for movement of the home would fall onto the buyer. While $10 for a mansion may seem remarkably cheap.
Okay. So I did some research on this property right here, and I've actually found out, guys, okay, that this house was going for sale for $10. It's like a real story here, okay? It was in New Jersey. However, it was designed by somebody like really famous, whatever, but the person that lived there was actually like the first ever like African-American football player. Well, not the first one, but in reality, he was like the first captain ever. On top of that, he worked for the FBI, and he also worked for a top 100 company in America. So obviously, this guy was pretty like famous and stuff like that. He died in 2001. However, since his house was so old, okay, designed by somebody really famous and also lived in it somebody really famous, it was going to be tried to actually be held as one of those like relics of history that cannot be destroyed. And we even have one of those in the Bronx. It's by Edgar Allan Poe. Like his house is right there next to Fordham in Grand Concourse. Like you'll see his house right there. You can't sell it. You can't buy it. You can't destroy it because it's also a piece of history. Now, what I learned was basically this house right here was $10 to actually buy it, but to move it, it will cost you around $200,000. And on top of that, you had to buy a plot of land a quarter away from that neighborhood, meaning that was also going to be very, very expensive. And now, spoiler alert. After 1 year of searching for actual people to actually buy the home, no one agreed to it. So basically, it got destroyed. Sorry you guys hear this, okay? It got destroyed. I know, like a wreck of history, but it got destroyed. And now in that place, it's like around like 2.57 acres. And guess what? They have 8 single family homes right there, and the average one sells for around like $700,000. So it went from buy this house, like the literal house for $10, and then move it. I think that would cost like around like $500,000 to be honest with you, you know. But you know, when you buy a home, like what you really want is like the land plus the home plus the appreciation. But you know, by the way, at one point it was actually listed, like the entire thing before like all the problems, it was listed for like around $1.3 million. So it's very expensive. But when they wanted to move it instead of destroying it, like they were willing to like sell it for like $10. But again, who is going to buy this? You know, big problem.
Number 9. Blood on the walls. You might think that a gorgeous Victorian-style mansion would have been quickly swept up once it was put on the market. With no less than 5 bedrooms, a garden with 2 acres, and boasting beautiful architecture, there's not much to complain about.
Every time I hear an acre, I get so jealous, you know, because in New York, everything is like not even an acre, not even like 0.1 acre. Everything is like 900 square feet, and that's all you get, okay? 900 to 1,000 square feet for like $1,200, $1,500 every single month, and that's all you get. If you want to buy a home here, it's like $500,000, $600,000, at least in my area, you know. But come on, like, you know, an acre makes me so jealous. You know, I want a home with like a big backyard, but you won't really get that in New York. At least you have a lot of money, though, right?
However, once you know what's happened here, you are less attracted, unless you've got a thing for murder, I guess. The rather macabre reason why nobody wanted to buy this luxurious manor is, you guessed it, a horrific murder. Lawyer Christopher Lumsden knifed his wife Allison over 30 times. The mansion was
What is wrong with this guy, man? What is wrong with him?
left to collapse into disarray, making it even less desirable than it already was. A murder site and badly kept? No thanks.
But let's be honest, guys, okay? Like, if somebody came to you and said, like, hey, I'm gonna sell you this mansion right here for like $300,000 or like $200,000, and they're like, you know what, but something happened in it, like this guy, random guy, like did something to his wife, whatever, like, would that really stop you from buying it? The answer is, for me, look, bro, I wouldn't live in the house, to be honest with you, but I'll probably rent it on Airbnb or like rent to somebody else and be like, hey, you know, yeah, something happened here, but it's been like remodeled and stuff like that, so everything is fine. But I wouldn't live in it, but I would rent it though. Airbnb all day, every day. But yeah, I'll definitely buy it, you know, I'll definitely buy it.
Number 8. The home of Conrad Aiken. Conrad Aiken was an American writer whose work included short stories, novels, a play, and perhaps most notably, lauded poems. But his personal life comes with a dark ingredient. Conrad's father was far from emotionally stable and became notorious for refusing to answer the simple question, how are you, without a lawyer present.
Imagine being so frustrated and so like, you know, like crazy. Like if anybody asks you like, oh, how are you? Like, oh, my lawyer's not here, I can't answer that question, sorry. Oh, how was your day yesterday? My lawyer is not here, I'm not answering none of your question. Like, what did you do, bro? Like, what are you hiding? You know, like, what are you hiding that you need a lawyer next to you present 24/7 to even answer, how are you?
Eventually, Conrad's father finally lost all control. Young Aiken was sat in bed listening to his parents argue through the walls. That was standard, he was used to it. But suddenly, there was the bang of a gunshot, swiftly followed by another. Conrad raced into his parents' bedroom to find that, in a fit of rage, his father had murdered his wife and then himself, leaving Conrad an orphan in the process.
Oh my god. Why are these videos like so morbid, you know? Oh my god, man, I guess. Oh my god!
Ever since, the beautiful house they lived in has stayed empty. No matter how low the price drops, it will also be the house where Conrad Aiken's father murdered his wife and then committed suicide. That's a tricky image to shake.
You know, again, guys, you know, that's a very awful thing for, like, you know, Conrad, but, you know, I'll be honest with you, man, like, if that, maybe I'm just different, you know, I'm just different, okay? If I saw a house like that and somebody told me like, yeah, like, you know, like the going price here is like $800,000 for like every house around the area. However, this one right here is $200,000, but you know, something did happen inside of it. I'll be like, okay, so let me go ahead and buy this house, redesign it, and just like put some new flooring in, put some like put it like, you know, like make the house different, like different vibes, you know, like a modern home. And I would probably like, you know, like Airbnb it or rent it. Again, I won't live in it, not because I'm scared, but just because, you know what, like I don't really want to be there. But again, like I could see an opportunity just by living, well, not living, just by renting this home. Like other people, like, okay, so it's renovating. That was like years ago. Like no one cares anymore. But you know, it is a tragedy. I have to say, it is a tragedy.
Number 7, the Watcher House. No.
Oh, I actually read about this house, the Watcher House, in one of the books I read a long time ago. And if I recall correctly, it was like this lady kept getting like letters all the time when they actually wanted to move in, and they got super scared about it, okay? I think that's what happened.
A family in New Jersey bought the new home. It should have been a happy time, but before they had the chance to move in, they started receiving anonymous letters from someone calling themselves the Watcher. The letter said the following: "My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father watched it in the 1960s. It is now my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard?" the letter read. "Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested?"
What the heck? Like, whoa. Like, I'm trying to move into I'm to be honest with you guys, I'm so scared that when I move out and buy like my own like property, I'm always scared like I move out to this place and like everybody's like in that area. It's like the movie Get Out. I'm like so scared of that. However, like if I'm just moving in with my family and I get a letter saying like, hey, I've been watching the house for like 40 years. My uncle watched it for like 10 years and my grandfather for like another 80 years. I'm like, wait. Is this like a personal security thing? You know, like, but would I not move in? The answer is again, you know, I wouldn't move in, but I would definitely Airbnb the house, you know? Like I know I sound like I'm so scary, guys, but I kind of am. Okay, I kind of am. I would not move in here, you know? I'm already paranoid all the time, but I would have to have like at least like 10 different cameras around the area, making sure everything is fine, okay? With like, you know, like bulletproof windows and making sure everything is like 1,000% secure. Because if somebody's watching me for 40 years and my kids and my wife, bro, that's too much for me. That's just way too much for me.
Number 6, Schwepp Mansion.
Okay, just by looking at that initial picture right there, guys, okay, like I said in the beginning, okay, I am not a fan of mansions in the woods where there's not a house or a neighborhood inside of you. I cannot stand that, okay? If anything happens to me, like, no one will know, and I'm just there by myself, like, you know, some guy there, like, you know, I don't even know what's happening, okay? But the point is, there is no way I'm living in a neighborhood where there is no houses around me, and all I see is, like, darkness and woods at night, okay? That freaks me out.
It has everything a buyer could dream of in a lavish home. Spectacular views of Lake Michigan, detailed old-world architecture. The list of positives goes on and on. Hardwood floors, a ballroom, a library, an elevator, 9 fireplaces. But
like, how cold are you? Like, how cold are you to have 9 fireplaces? Like, why do you need so many fireplaces? Like, you don't even use that in 2020. Like, you just have a heater. But I think, you know, again, it's in the woods. There's like free firewood everywhere. So in reality, you would be saving a lot of money on heating. Whoa. Okay, imagine how much it would cost for like electricity and heating and water in a home this big. Like, that scares me, okay? Like, the bill is gonna be like insane. So I guess the firewood is probably like a better idea.
It was designed by the architect Frederick Wainwright Perkins, but eventually tragedy would strike. In 1937, Laura passed away of natural causes in the home. Not long after, in 1941, Charles committed suicide in the mansion, leaving a note that simply read, "I've been awake all night. It's terrible." Stories that Schweppes still haunts the halls of the mansion have gripped the imaginations of the locals with such intensity that now, no matter how much the price gets dropped, nobody will buy the mansion. At present, it's $9.45 million.
Wait. It's a tragedy. I know, I'm not laughing at that. But I don't think it's a tragedy stopping people from buying it. It's a $9.45 million mansion. Maybe that's why it's not being sold, okay? Maybe that's why. You know, maybe if it was like a million or $300,000, just maybe, but $9.45 million, bro, that is a lot of money. And I don't, you know, the price is scaring me off more than the ghost story, to be honest with you.
Number 5, the Priestley House. This lavish home in Canton, Mississippi is another that struggles with the legacy of apparently being haunted. The home is for sale for $699,000 and has a music room, a study, a butler's pantry, screened-in.
I feel like this guy's like advertising the homes, right? I think like this guy in this video is trying to sell these homes also. I'm not sure, but it sounds like he's just like trying to sell it to me like way too much. Again, like $700,000 for a home in Mississippi. Like, I don't know, like the area, but that sounds a little steep to me, you know?
And several fireplaces.
Again with the fireplace, like what is it, like 1960?
According to the Reading, Pennsylvania Eagle, the home has been the subject of ghost stories for decades. The resident phantoms include a heartbroken young woman waiting for her sweetheart to return from seeking his fortune. Her sweetheart haunts the road leading up to the mansion, where he died when he was thrown from his horse as he tried to return to her. The home is also rumored to have been built on a Native American burial ground, upping...
Okay. That is way too many things in one. Like, you have like the lady, you have the husband, you also have like the ground where it was built. I would probably live there, like no big deal. Like, I would just get like some like security systems, get some new windows, get some new cameras all over the place. But you know, like no girl, or like, you know, there's this guy saying like, oh my gosh, I miss my girlfriend, it's gonna like scare me that much, to be honest with you. Like I like the other guy that was talking about like, hey, I'm gonna like really do something new, maybe that's scary, but this is like more like, oh, whatever, like, you know, like they want to talk to each other, not with me, so I don't really mind that much here.
Number 4. The Ann Starrett Mansion. This mansion was built in 1889 by contractor George Starrett as a gift for his wife, Anne.
Okay, so right off the bat, I like that this mansion... By the way, when I see a mansion, I imagine like a big house with like a swimming pool. This is like a normal house, but it's like pretty big, okay? But I do like that it does have neighbors, okay? Because once you have neighbors, like, I'm no longer scared, okay? If there's neighbors right there, police station over there, the lights are always on, I'm fine. I don't care. I'm buying, okay? I don't care.
Guest reviews mention wardrobes opening on their own and the sound of footsteps on the floorboards. Other rumored paranormal activity.
You know, I used to watch this movie show, right? I think it was like I think it was like American Horror Story, and there was always like, you know, like a hotel that did this all the time. But in the episode, like, they showed like the buyers, like the, you know, like the owners of the home, they were actually behind all that stuff, like Scooby-Doo or whatever. But the idea is like, when you have like you know, like a story of like, oh, it's like a ghost home or whatever, like that's pretty cool, you know, people want to go there. So in reality, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the footsteps, like, oh, the wardrobe just opened, like, they'll probably be like a scam when it comes to, like, you know, the owners be like, okay, so we want to like up the entire ante here. I don't think it's like haunt. I don't believe, by the way, guys, I'm joking here. I don't believe in ghosts, okay? I don't believe in any of that stuff, but I just wouldn't want to be around it, you know?
With 11 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a spiral staircase, and hardwood floors, it's an absolute steal at $850,000.
What? $850,000, bro, for a house is pretty steep, you know? I think the price, again, is scaring me off. Not the ghost or like the lady that's gonna visit me and like talk to me. You can talk to me all you want, but you're not talking to me about $850,000. Like, come on, like, you know, like, that's too expensive.
Number 3, the 50 Cent Mansion.
50 cents, really?
No, this is a mansion that is owned by the rapper 50 Cent. This mansion just won't sell is because it is way too big. With 21 bedrooms, not even the richest of the rich care. Even the most extravagant billionaires out there aren't willing to buy a house that big when they're gonna have no use for all the rooms.
You know, guys, I remember this story, you know? I think 50 Cent bought this house when it was in Connecticut. I remember, yeah. It was in Connecticut. And 50 Cent bought this house with 21 bedrooms. And like, he had like all his family there, like all his friends, stuff like that. And I'm just like what are you doing there, you know? But then eventually he wanted to sell it like for what it cost him, but no one would buy it because, again, it's a 21 bedroom home. Like, the market to actually buy that is very small. Like, you know, when somebody comes to me like, okay, you tell me I'm selling this home for like, you know, like $100,000, but it has like 50 bedrooms, blah, blah. I'm like, why do I want all those rooms for? Like, exactly. Like, what am I gonna do there? Like, I'm gonna have 21 kids. Like, I'm not into that stuff, you know. But again, like, I think he donated the money for a tax write-off when he sold the house. So that's kind of like a happy ending, I think.
Number 2, 1875 Victorian mansion. It's got 6,661 square feet of living space. This should be a dreamy home for many, right? It's
6,669 square feet is massive.
Since its construction, the house has courted darkness, with 7 murders taking place within its walls, including the strangulation of a sex worker. This huge home is currently only $329,000, the price of an average 3-bedroom home.
I'll be honest with you guys, okay? My tone just switched, and I'm getting goosebumps here, but there is no way I'm going to live in that home, you know? Again, I'll fix it, Airbnb it, but I won't even take a look at that home, okay? Like 7, like maybe 1 or 2, maybe even 3 is like, man, you know, things happen, but 7, that's a lot. Or I would buy the home, okay, destroy it, and just rebuild and call it a day, you know? Like, it doesn't make financial sense, I know, but that's the only way I would live in a home like that. Like, no way, come on. 7?
1. Neverland Ranch. Michael Jackson leaves behind a rather tricky legacy. It should go without saying that it's hard to get anyone to buy his old home. Once listed at $100 million, it's now down.
Again, you know, like the price just scares me. $100 million for a little ranch.
Down to just $31 million. There are 5 bedrooms in the main house, but that's just one of 22 structures spread across the 2,700.
Whoa. 2,700 acres? 2,700 acres, bro? For $31 million? That's maybe a good deal. I don't know where Neverland is, bro, but like 2,700 acres. And I know about the whole, like, you know, Michael Jackson, Neverland. I don't know about the facts of that stuff, you know, but it's crazy. However, 2,700 acres? Like, what do you do there? Like, what do you do there? You know, like, you can have like an entire like little town. Not even like a little town. You can have like an entire like a whole big town in this whole like little private land that you have. You know, it's crazy.
The rest includes a 50-seat movie theater, fire station, railway station.
You have your own fire station, like your own railroad station. Like, oh my God.
And railway track, train not included, lagoon-style swimming pool, outhouses, and tennis courts. For $31 million, that's one heck of a bargain.
There is no way in heck I'm gonna spend $31 million unless it's like in a good area. Like, imagine if you grab this property right here, right, with 2,700 acres in a good area. You can make like your own town and sell it off to like people, okay? And then you can make like millions and millions of dollars back just by selling each individual home just by itself and make like its own little country here, you know, like a whole like gated community stuff, you know. But that is way too much land for one person. Like, you know, that's insane. But comment down below, guys, and let me know exactly what do you think, and be honest with me, okay? Would you move into any of these areas, or any of these houses or mansions, or would you buy it and Airbnb it and rent it? To me, most of them, I would probably Airbnb it. I wouldn't live in them, to be honest with you. But the Michael Jackson one, man, I would buy it, destroy it, develop it, and then sell it off, okay? Like, cause that's a 2,700 properties. I mean, 2,700 acres is a lot of land. That's insane, you know? As always, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video right here, well, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, also follow me on Instagram, Tiny Bryson. And before I go, if you want to watch another video on this boat that cost $45,000 and someone bought it, live in it in Los Angeles, watch this video right here. And also get my face right here to also, you know? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.